Coming up on the marketplace, government under pressure to intervene over the hike in petroleum prices as it may shoot up the cost of goods and services this Christmas. We have an extensive interaction with this one on the program. Also coming up, is there a national shortage of maize? We have all the key players on standby to explain what's happening to Ghana's largest commodity, being maize, across various market centers. And would you rather shop at the mall this Christmas or at any market center close by? We're going to interact with some patrons on their choice for Christmas when it comes to shopping. We have all these and more coming up shortly after this break. And you're welcome to the program. Now, let's touch on a very interesting topic, a developing story at that. Joy Business is picking up some information, and it's all about the shortage of maize, if there indeed is, across our market centers. In fact, the Chamber of Agribusiness raised this alert some days ago and has, in a four-pointed situation analysis of the state of our maize, enlisted the key issues involved. As you can see on the screen, the first one is that COVID-19 disrupted the production systems, which affected the crop production chain of maize. The second pointer is that maize producers in the Upper West, the Upper East, and the Northern regions experienced delayed rains for the planting season. Now, what it means is that farmers reported lower productivity relative to 2016 and have projected excess demand for maize in the coming days. It goes on and on in terms of this four-pointer issue. The third point they're raising is that upon the lockdown season and the reopening of the borders, we had so much traders from Burkina Faso buying at competitive rates high yields of maize across the country. This is bad and very troubling if indeed it is a situation on the ground, looking at the implications it will have across our market centers. But we have thought it wise to bring on board a market woman who deals in the sale of maize. And of course, we had to bring her in so she tells us what exactly is happening on the ground. So it's all about this afternoon. It's all about what you're seeing on the screens there. On your screen right now, maize, how expensive it is in the market, and the analysis from the point of view of a market woman. We're so grateful that you joined us, first of all. So is there a shortage of maize in town?
No.
There is not a shortage. So what is the case? What's happening?
Nansei no. Atofo a ekoto aburo no oma doso pa. Intama aburo no ehwa ye den kakra.
Okay.
Into ukwa unya bi. Tama nebo no kosoro kakra. Okay,
so what she's trying to tell us is that so many buyers, limited supply of maize, so it has inched up the price of maize on the market. That's what she's telling us right now. So how much is this olonka of maize? If I go to the market to get this olonka of maize, how much is it going to be going for?
7 cedis.
This is 7 cedis.
Yes.
What about last month, last year?
Last month is 5 cedis. But this month, the rate is raised small. That's why the olonka is 7 cedis.
So if I'm going to the market to buy this olonka of maize, it means that I have to spend 2 more cedis on this one. Is it just at your market? Which market is Amalata? Malata. Is it just at Malata or was across all the market centers? All the
market centers is 7 cedis.
Wow. So 2 cedis more on the maize. So how is it going to affect the kinky seller, the roasted corn seller on the streets? How are they taking this news?
Yeah, to me I can say aduane de season eba. And by this time na nsa nka brobo ekosoro. Okay. Nanso ena musa atofo ne dosu ni ntino. Ama ne bo no kosoro kakra. Na ne bo na ekosoro kakra no ebetun ya ba se ye bete so. Bania ekuafo ne kanisa afi nso no anto. Nti na ma ebro ni bo no ekosoro. Enti woma ye no womo ye adwuma womo ye dokonofo bankufo ne ayi no. Omo so mo hu sane ebro ni bo no kosoro no mo hu sane a womo nso omo be ye womo ade afa. Nti no ebro na adwuma ne de eye adwuma bi a eye season se eba na ba wo ye ho hwe a enye yie se nu ho nso de a na kire se enu ho nso aburo ye aduane bi a ntan kosoro paasa ba afie na munso na anto no eyi ninti no na ama na abasa nti ye hwe se bedu January no se nyame ya adom na wo ma mu de ni ye yie no etumi ba betumi abase ebeba form.
Interesting. So she's been making the analysis for us. She says that the key issue facing the sale of maize is that of demand. There is more demand than supply. So what it means is that it's going to skyrocket the prices in the future. Kinky sellers, maize roasters along the streets are thinking about the next step to make, she says, if it's possible, they could increase the cost of their product. So if you're going to buy kinky for 1 cedi, maybe we could be looking at 2 cedis in January 2021. Interesting analysis there. But let's rope in the CEO of the Agribusiness Chamber because they engaged us on the 4-pointer issues at hand facing the maize sector. And Anthony Morrison joins us via Zoom. We're so grateful, Anthony, that you joined us. I believe you listened to the interaction I'm having with the maize seller in studio here. Prices are increasing. Supply is, much more drained. How much of a concern is this to the chamber, especially as you're looking at the situation as it is now?
Yes, thank you very much, and a very good afternoon to your viewers and listeners. It is a very critical time for the poultry industry here in Ghana. I think that the chamber, first of all, raised this issue somewhere September this year, and we were of the view that this would have been given some needed attention. We raised issues concerning the fact that there were smuggling ongoing. We raised the issues with the fact that there were hoarding. And the last evaluation we did, which the director of monitoring evaluation and climate change of the chamber, the team came up with the statistics. We were alarmed. As it stands now, 50 kg of maize that used to sell at 58 Ghana cedis is now being sold. 2 weeks ago, it used to be 95. But currently, as we speak, buyers are buying at 110. In some cases, depending on the distance, it's 120. So it's very alarming. However, though we've enumerated the issues of climate change, okay, in the upper west and upper east regions, we saw it 2 weeks. There were a lot of flood in these areas. We also saw the rain pattern, the time that the farmers were ready to plant. They've done the land preparation. There were no rain. And the time that the rain came and they planted, the rain stopped. So it is certainly going to affect the yields per hectare. Then just yesterday night, we did a few other evaluation. We just realized that probably from the figures we are picking up from various poultry farmers, there have been an increase of new entrant poultry farmers on the market. And that has also attributed or contributed immensely to the increase. So that calls for a robust data on the part of the government and the private sector. We need a more robust, timely data to inform production. And another information we picked up is that Nigeria is also having challenges. Okay. Now, the major issue why the price of maize catapulted from 95 2 weeks ago to 120 now is as a result of more Nigerians coming in to buy at prices that they are told. All right, Anthony,
I want you to hold on. I want you to hold on that particular thought because we're also being joined by the public relations officer of the buffer stock. I guess he also joins us via Zoom. You have been listening into the program. Many thanks for your presence here. What is going on? The PRO of the buffer stock online. If you could hear me, I want to find out what exactly is going on, especially when your outfit is much more at the forefront of ensuring food security.
Good day to your viewers and thanks for giving me this opportunity. Let me make some correction here. I am not actually the PRO for buffer stock. I'm the press secretary to the Agri Minister. So that point has to be
it's great.
So
it's great
I've
that
been
we have
listening
you.
to the two speakers. Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
You're loud and clear.
Hello?
You're loud and clear.
Yeah,
You're loud
hello?
and clear. It seems the connection is much more jagged. But as we fix his line, let's bring in Anthony. Let's bring in Anthony here. I want you to listen to the analysis from the market woman we're having in studio, because you've been hearing the conversation they're having. He cites Nigeria. Traders from Nigeria coming to buy the things here at competitive rates. He cites poultry farmers also buying maize. Do you think that there should be some arrangement for maize sellers like yourself so that you do not have to increase the prices of your products?
Most no, a brony dear, a season. A granny dear, do ni season. We any bibia ye. But because of insona, I'm taught a yinutino. And ama enyama ye bibi kakrawo this month. Ka December de enka most nka brobo enkosoro. Inti ye hwe say January omo mu dua ewie buro no say ba say eyeye dia e betumi aba say buro no price ni betumi aba fom ba say na atofo ni dose ni nti nso no ye ntumi hu ni a eba inti ye stress mpanyimfo no wo mboa bi o betumi di aboa yen say na ebe ya ye ho nso enkyere yen ya ye nyane sa ye bepe.
We're so grateful that you joined us, ma'am, for this interaction. She's a maize seller at the Malamata market, just around the corner here at Kokomilimlim. And of course, we're also grateful to that of the Agri-Business Chamber for the analysis on this issue. We shall be keeping a keen eye on this to give you updates as and when we have them, especially when we're gathering that the Agri Ministry will soon be addressing the media on this developing story. But, you know, we started the week with not so pleasant news that the price of petroleum products has increased by almost 3%, close to 3%. We shall be having an extensive discussion on this after this break. Do stay. And welcome back. Now, we started the week with not so pleasant news that the price of petroleum products has increased by close to about 3%. It's got everyone talking, especially when this spike again, there's going to be a spike again somewhere in January. Now, this could affect your budget for Christmas, as some market analysts are pressuring governments to intervene in this situation. George Rafi has been engaging some of these players, and he joins us in studio for more. So, many thanks, George, for joining us. So, first of all, why this pressure on government?
Well, it's not a pressure, but what these market analysts are saying is that from all the extrapolations from all those who are managing the industry, it is clear that come January, prices are supposed to go up again. Now, you're not just monitoring the crude prices, but also where we have the finished petroleum product. And these producers, these bulk distributors up there in the international market are saying that because there is a vaccine, there's a likelihood that most countries might try to ease the restrictions a little bit. And if you ease restrictions, people might be moving around, and that would impact on demand for the product. So just like the basic economics, if there's going to be more demand, then they'll cut down supply and the prices are going to go up. So based on that, that expectation already is influencing the price of the finished products on the market. And that is why we are seeing prices going up. And from all the indicators, it is clear that it is going to go up in January, February, and March. And what these analysts are saying is that government should step in by utilizing the stabilization levy to cushion consumers. If not, you and I are still going to pay for more. And don't forget that the transport operators have a band they work with. Within a quarter, if it increases more than a certain percentage, it's going to trigger transport fares going up. And that's why I think the government acts now to prevent that thing from happening.
But it's interesting because it begs the question whether or not there's going to be an intervention. You've been speaking to your sources. Do you consider that happening?
We've still not seen any clear information from government or indication that they will indeed fall on the stabilization levy to cushion consumers. Whether or not the way things go, governments also believe that, listen, it's early days yet. Let's see how things will pan out going to January and February. Now, don't forget that other indicators also play in the prices going up. If the Ghana cedi still remains strong in January, you are just assured of a marginal hike. If the Ghana cedi doesn't stabilize strongly against the Ghana cedi, then you could see things going up badly. So they also want to look at all these indicators before they act in trying to come in, fall on the stabilization levy, and use it to cushion consumer shelves.
But what about the timeliness of this development? Because other people out there could be much more concerned about their Christmas budget and how.
Well, the Christmas budget is that for the 35% has already hit your budget.
Yeah.
So we are looking at your New Year budget rather.
Sure.
When you have to look at settling the school fees, when you have to look at investing in the business, then when you look at people who want to be paid earlier in next year. That is what is going to hit that budget, because don't forget that you don't walk out or drive to the service station to buy a liter of petrol. You do that in gallons. You do that in huge. And don't forget that for a lot of the businesses out there who consumes a lot of petrol for production, that is how it's going to hit them. And when it hits them, they are not for that Christmas. They will obviously pass it on to someone to take care of that cost.
George, we're so grateful for this analysis. Here is with Joy Business explaining to us the implications of the increase in fuel prices in January at that. Now, what will be your place of shopping this Christmas, at the mall or the local market center? The Joy Business team set out to interact with Christmas shoppers, and here's more.
I prefer shopping here, although there are many people in town, but here is better than going to the mall. It's open, and because of the cost, and here too is open. Mall is more crowded. Here is crowded, but mall is more crowded than here. And here too, the open space. So the air, you can feel the fresh air and everything.
Any of them is okay, but yeah, any of them.
But if I'm to give you money, which one will you go?
All right, now buy it in the market.
Why?
Because the price is a little low comparing to the mall size. So like I think here is okay.
I think the mall is better. I was suffocating in there, so I had to go back home. You can see this all I got at the moment. The whole place is so choked, so much choked. So I'm just going back home. I can't. In this COVID era with that kind of human traffic, I can't. So I'm just going back home. I think the mall will be much better.
Thank you very much.
Probably I'll come early in the morning, very early in the morning to do the shopping. I think by then the place wouldn't be like this. The crowd wouldn't have started.
And you heard varied views there on the choice of shopping this Christmas. That's how we end Marketplace. I'm Charles Ayete. Have a good afternoon.